I want to make an anti-fascist parenting observation about how I'm thinking of the common anxiety around screen time and political cultural influence, misinformation, AI slop, and right-wing pipelines to radicalization. Now, before I give it, I'm going to name some privileges here. So, two white boys in our house. One boy is autistic and homeschooling. Both parents have college education, and my at-home work is enmeshed in studying online culture. So I'm not claiming I have some universal lesson to communicate. This is just one thought. Here's what's happened in this house. The kids are far better media students than I could ever have imagined being at their age. They are fluent in meme and they bust their guts laughing at things that I have to scramble to understand. But they are also better than I am at identifying AI. They know that the vast majority of YouTubers are not citing any sources, or they're just flat out making shit up to entertain them. They also have a super strong radar for racist and sexist dog whistles. And they've been so inundated by advertising that they are aware of the process of capitalist indoctrination, even if, like the rest of us, they struggle with its effects. They've also taught themselves to self-regulate, to redirect when the algorithm serves up something toxic. They know when overly ironic or cynical humor makes them feel bad. They know that Andrew Tate is a pitiful joke. The upshot is that I can't say I'm more worried about the internet's impact on these kids than about the impact of capitalism itself on them. There's no special danger embodied in the screen. So how did this happen between pre-digital parents and digital kids? I think it happened in part because of the privileges I listed above, but also this. We didn't project our own, sometimes very real Gen X and millennial fears into this online space. We didn't invoke any taboos. We didn't give the impression that the screen was some kind of poison that they would have some pediatrically determined level of tolerance for. But if they went over 45 minutes or an hour, they were suddenly going to get brain cancer or something. Across the political spectrum at this moment, there is a huge nature fallacy adjacent drive to create screenless time and spaces, to find screenless activities out in the world. And I think that impulse is awesome because any in the moment presence and engagement is awesome. But I do want to challenge this splitting idea that the internet cannot also be seen as a real space in the world, not a fake part of it, not an inevitably bad part of it, just a part of the world that is its own forest that you can tramp through with the kids. In the absence of any shame or any feeling of taboo or even any outsized reaction to toxic content, there's no reason for secrets. There's no reason for the kid to feel like they have to hold anything by themselves. It can feel like we're walking the road together. And we need to, because I can't say that I understand what's going on. In Pedagogy of the Oppressed, Paulo Freire wrote, quote, "No one teaches another, nor is anyone self-taught. People teach each other, mediated by the world." And in this case, the internet is part of the world, and if it has harmful zones, they are analogous to the harmful zones of capitalism. So the discussion in the House isn't, oh, this part of the internet is bad, but rather, yeah, it seems like this part of the internet is expressing a concentrated and accelerated form of capitalism. Now, while it is true that tech companies are doing everything they can to colonize your home and your inner life, that is not categorically different from what the rest of capitalism training is doing through educational and institutional powers. If the online world becomes as shared a world as the forest is, and if you walk through it together with kids, I don't believe they will ever see Nick Fuentes or Andrew Tate or Jordan Peterson as anything other than clowns trying to manipulate their emotions to sell them a cure. These are cartoon adults, but parents are not cartoon adults. I think the internet is a mutation of capitalism, but I think we can have an underlying and responsive immunity called love and attachment. And if that is already pointing kids toward an alternative future, the internet doesn't need to get in the way of that.